Alrighty, for today we are going to look at Pitter Patter. We are going to take our brand new song and do a couple of things with it today. We are going to listen to the song, we will count the word syllables, and because we're counting our word syllables, this means we're going to practice our rhythm symbols. We are going to replace those syllables from our words with rhythms. We are also going to find the highs and lows and see what pitter-patter actually looks like with G and E on our keyboard. Please take note, though, that this song has 2 verses. That means that there are 2 parts to this song because it is a little bit longer. So let's continue. So the first thing that we're going to do is listen to Pitter Patter. So let's listen to the whole song again. Pitter patter, listen to the rain. Pitter patter, on my window pane. So that's what the whole song sounds like. This time, let's listen to it while we look at the words. The words say, pitter patter, listen to the rain. Pitter patter, on my window pane. This time, as I play it, follow the words. Pitter patter, listen to the rain. Pitter patter, on my window pane. Great. Now this time, what we're going to do is we are going to look at the syllables. So we have our heartbeats and here are the words. Now our syllables are how many sounds there are in a word, so word parts. For example, pitter has 2 sounds, so there are 2 syllables. So in music, we count those syllables so we know how many sounds there are. So let's go through. I want you to clap the words as I play. So when I say clap the words, that means you are going to clap pitter, patter, listen to the rain. You are going to clap all the words. Let's try clapping just the words together right now. Ready, go. Pitter, patter, listen to the rain. Rest. And on that rest, we don't clap anything because there's no musical sound. That means that we take a break from making music. So let's do it one more time just with the clapping. Pitter, patter, listen to the rain. Rest. So what we're doing is we are not clapping the steady beat. Remember, the steady beat is steady like a heartbeat. That means we would clap it like this. Pitter, patter, pitter, patter. We are not doing the steady beat. We are not singing with it right now. You are just clapping. So as I play the whole song, I want you to clap those words of pitter, patter. Here we go. Make sure you're clapping the words as I play. Pitter, patter, listen to the rain. Pitter, patter, on my window pane. Good. And as I mentioned before, we're going to be working with separate verses. So this is going to be verse 1. Clap along with verse 1. Verse 1 sounds like this. You're clapping the words. Pitter, patter, listen to the rain. Rest. So just clap those words for me while we play. Here we go. Pitter, patter, listen to the rain. And that's it. That's verse 1. Good job. Let's keep going. Now we're going to do the same thing for verse 2. Let's see if we can just do this right on the spot. Here we go. You're clapping the words. You're clapping the number of syllables for verse 2. Here's verse 2. Pitter, patter, on let's do it again just in case that caught you off guard. You're clapping the words. Pitter, patter. Here we go. And pitter, patter on my window pane. Good job. So you were clapping the word syllables for verses 1 and 2. That's going to help us move forward and look at verse 1 only to find our high and low sounds so that we know how many sounds there are per beat. So we have our line. If we hear high sounds, they're going to be above the line. Low sounds are going to be below the line. So when we're looking for that very first sound of pitter, we're going to look at verse 1. So verse 1 sounds like this for pitter patter. Pitter patter, pitter patter. That's it. That's all that we're looking for. So let's find these high and low sounds. A high sound sounds like this. Do. Or a low sound sounds like this. Do. So we're trying to find where these pitter patters are going to sit. Let's listen to the first pitter patter. It sounds like this. Pitter patter. So the first pitter is either going to be a low or high sound. Listen to it again. Pitter. Is that a low or high sound? You let me know. Good. It is a low sound. So pitter, there are two sounds there. If we clap the word pitter, there are two low sounds. Pitter. Now let's find the second one. Patter sounds like this. Patter. There are two sounds. Patter. Are there two high or low sounds? You tell me. Good. So there are two high sounds in the word patter. So it goes like this. Pitter, patter. So we go low, low, high, high. That's how the sounds go in pitter patter for verse 1. Let's try to find these last two. The last pitter patter sounds like this. Pitter patter. So we're looking, does pitter have a low or a high sound? Good, it has a low sound. Pitter and patter. Is that a high or low sound? Good, it's a high sound. So when we look at the very first part of verse 1, it sounds like this. Pitter, patter, pitter, patter. Or low, low, high, high, low, low, high, high. So sometimes our songs don't always have to start on high. They can also start on low like we see with pitter, patter. So we have read a story about Gary and Emily who like to go to high and low places in the park. And so G and E on our keyboard are similar. G plays high sounds and E plays low sounds. So let's see where they would kind of fit in our pitter-patter song, keeping in mind that G, like Gary, is high and E, like Emily, is low. Okay, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to listen to verse 2, and that's what we're going to work with. So we have our line, high goes above, low goes below. So if we look at that very first part, we're looking at pitter, patter, pitter, patter, just like we did with our words to try to find those high and low sounds. But now, instead of it being pitter, patter, we're going to work with E and G. So we're going to look at those high and low sounds on our keyboard. So E is low, G is high. All right, so we also want to look at the number of sounds. So this first one I'll help you with. We have E, E for pitter, because pitter is a low sound, and E is a low sound, so they all match. So that's going to go below the line. So if we're looking for our next high sound, that's going to be G, G. So we're looking at patter. So the pattern of pitter, patter, or low, low, high, high is E, E, G, G. So let's figure out what the next two are. The next are going to be pitter, patter. that's going to be either a low, low, high, high pattern. So we got to figure out where they're going to go. So the bottom part of low, is that going to be E, E, or G, G? The third beat, is that E, E, or G, G? It's pitter. So it would be E, E. Good for you. So the very last beat, patter, is that a high or low sound? Good, it's a high sound, so that means that we're going to use G, and since it's patter, two sounds, G, G, so our pattern is pitter, patter, pitter, patter, or low, low, high, high, low, low, high, high. And so we're going to use E and G. So our pattern for our keyboard is E, E, G, G, E, E, G, G. And what that looks like on your keyboard looks like this. We have our E and our G here. So we would play with our middle and our pinky finger like we learned. E, E, G, G, E, E, G, G. So go ahead and try that on your own.